We've got the hosts of the Almost 30 podcast, our game Over Under, and Dating App Privacy today on It's Complicated.
You're listening to It's Complicated with your hosts Jennifer Golden and Lauren Leonelli, coming to you live from the AfterBuzz TV studios in Los Angeles, California.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of It's Complicated.
The struggle is real when you're dating in this city.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Jen.
I almost said I'm Jen because I was looking at you. Sometimes I am you. And today, our drink of the day is, I did that. That's backwards. It's the Velvet Devil Merlot. You guys, we picked this lovely red because the name reminds us that opposites attract. Mm-hmm. You know, velvet and devil, it's like soft and super hot. That doesn't necessarily go together, but if you look closely, there are similarities and there are differences. Like they're both kind of like warmish, or maybe red crushed velvet and a red devil.
Yeah.
And that is like what is made up of a dynamic duo. They're opposites sometimes, but there's a lot of similarities, just like you and I, and just like our guests.
Oh, yes, guys. Speaking of duos, tonight we have the hosts from the popular Almost 30 podcast, Krista Williams and Lindsay Simsek, in the studio.
That's right, you guys. Almost 30 is a podcast about when shit gets real, inspired by life transitions and the years between the 20s and the 30s. Almost 30 is about having fun and staying inspired, very important. And these awesome hosts, they always bring in amazing guests on their show because they're all about community, learning, and growth. It's hosted by, like we said, Krista Williams and Lindsay Simsek. It's real, it's raw, it's unreserved.
Oh, yeah. And guys, Lindsay is an actress, singer, model, and SoulCycle instructor from a small town in eastern Pennsylvania, where she was raised on a steady diet of soft pretzels.
Wow.
Love it. Before moving to LA, she lived in Boston, New York City, and here she is on the West Coast living her dream, hustling daily, sweating profusely, adding kale to her smoothies and shit,
Wow.
you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you can find her at SoulCycle Studios on the West Side if you're in LA. She's also guest starring on shows like Mistresses on ABC, modeling for brands like Carbon 38, and she's going to be here tonight, so she's busy and stuff.
So busy and stuff. And Krista is a social media influencer and creator, editor of her blog, The 100 Blog. 100 as in keep it 100, which is her life motto, which I love. She's also been featured in Women's Health, Self Magazine, Refinery 29, and various other outlets. She also partners closely with cutting-edge, thoughtful brands like Airbnb, Adidas, Free People, and Starwood Hotel Group, just to name a few. Krista also works in digital media, managing Fortune 100 relationships with major clients.
Also
Yowzers.
busy.
So
Jeez.
busy. And she's also going to be here tonight.
Surprise!
Oh
if you
my
didn't get that
God.
already from what we said before. But guys, what's better than hanging out with the ladies of Almost 30 through your headphones? It's hanging out with them in real life. And also, they have a thing called Almost 30 Nation. So you guys can actually, you can be part of their community. You should go to their website, almost30podcast.com, where you can find the girls and actually hang out with them like we are tonight.
That's right. And we are going to get Krista and Lindsay in here and talk to them about all the shit because, listen, they were obviously sisters in a past life. And I think maybe that might have been us. And it's just kind of amazing that they reconnected deeply in this life, too. And we are going to talk to them about how shit got real for them as they approach their third decade, how dating has changed for them as they get closer to their 30s, and what important lessons they learned to help guide them towards the big 3-0. We might be able to give them some advice.
We sure can.
All right.
But first, we're going to fill you in on what we've been up to over the last week and air our dirty laundry.
Oh, yeah.
And so I actually went on a really fun date on Friday, set up by a friend. He planned a whole thing. It was really awesome. I trusted it because I was like, well, a mutual friend who I love and trust set us up. So obviously this person's not going to be a weirdo. They're not going to kill me. They're not going to have me do something strange for a first date. All I was told was wear jeans and bring socks. And I'm like, what about the rest of my outfit?
And I said roller skating.
You did, and you were right because we went to dinner and then we went roller skating, and it was like
That's cute.
so cute and different than like the standard like coffee or like drinks or dinner or like whatever people do that is not inventive and like just not charming anymore.
Yeah.
But this was like, it reminded me of like the good old days where like the guy picked you up.
Love it.
And like, you know, did the whole thing. And like we went like roller skating and like held hands and it was super cute. So had a
That's
good
great.
time. So
Oh, good.
gonna see him again at some point.
Well, it was birthday. That's great. I love that. Great date. Great date. Great date idea. Love his creativity. I also saw you out this weekend because it was birthday party central. Everyone stop having birthdays, including myself. It is a lot. There was one Friday night. There was one Saturday night. There was one Sunday. I am in the process of moving, and it is really hard to juggle all of those things. So I will keep you posted on my move. I am on the move right now, and we will get into that. But I do want to say, everyone, just know when you're starting to, move and change and do things that might be for the better, but just let yourself be okay with saying goodbye to things and like be realistic about how that feels, so that not everything's all flowery all the time, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I just shut a door in my life, which is normal, but you need to like recognize the door shutting. Otherwise you're going to get to the next room and be like sad all of a sudden. I think you just need to be aware, because I am moving on to things that are great, but I'm sad to say goodbye to a part of my life that I'm saying goodbye to in my apartment.
It's really cute, guys. It's super cute. If you ever watched us on Two Drunk Girls, you would have seen it.
That's true. It was in the background.
It was. And guys, we're going to pack up our emotional baggage.
Yes, we are.
And meet our favorite celebrities in baggage claim.
Yes.
These celebrities are kicking off cuffing season with a bang.
Oh my
And
God.
not just because they're banging, but
Well,
because there's stuff going on.
Dude, Anna Faris and Chris Pratt, they broke up, and we talked about this, but she has already moved on. So she is filming Overboard, which first of all is my favorite movie. And
I can't wait to see it.
I don't know if I like that it's being remade, but we'll let it happen because she's obviously going to be the Goldie Hawn character. This guy is a cinematographer, and they have been spotted out like twice at this restaurant in the Palisades and like once at a carnival with her little boy. And we feel like it's safe to say she's moving on.
She sure is. And last I heard, and listen, I was gone for a few weeks and clearly out of touch, but I thought they were going to couples counseling. So now that she's got a new whole relationship. And speaking of which, Lady Gaga has a boyfriend that she's been seeing since 2016.
Lady Gaga?
Yeah, Gaga.
Oh my God. So I felt bad for Lady Gaga, thinking she was so sad about her broken engagement with her diamond heart.
It was
bye.
insane.
No, and now?
No, and everyone was like, oh, Taylor Kinney is watching Lady Gaga's performance at God knows what she just performed at, something. But
yeah,
that was like the news at one point, and now the news is she's been seeing this guy, Christian Kirino, for a year.
Yeah.
And leaping into social media into his arms, saying like Sunday Fun Day on Snapchat. First of all, didn't know she had Snapchat.
I didn't either.
How does she have time to do social
know.
media?
How does she have time to do life?
I don't know, but it's really cute. This guy's an agent.
Yeah.
And so maybe he was her agent. I don't really know. But now they're together and they're real cute. And she went on to say the L word.
Yeah.
When she was talking about him. He was backstage by the stairs, making sure that she was okay when she was performing or something.
She
and that's
fell
all
or
about
something,
like
I
being
think,
in
yeah.
love.
And the best part about being in love with someone is having them there to catch you when you fall or whatever. And she was talking about him, and that's on page 6. So that is a quote, people.
It sure is.
And we're gonna have mercy because Uncle Jesse is going to be a married man. He has announced to his 2.2 million followers on Instagram that he proposed to his girlfriend of a year at Disneyland, which he's obsessed with. Don't know how I feel about that.
I think she might be obsessed with
No,
it.
he is, and so
He
is
is.
she.
She
likes
is.
it too, but he is outwardly says that he really likes Disneyland.
All right. Well.
Whatever. Anyway, he proposed to her there, and then they like announced it, and they also were, coincidentally, this girl is an actress, and they were on an episode of like Law and Order a long ass time ago at the same time, but I don't think that's where they met. So anyway, he was previously married to Rebecca Romaine. He is moving on. I have no idea what this woman looks like, but I need to look her up.
Really cute, really young.
Is she young?
And very thin.
Oh, boy.
It looks like she could potentially be his daughter.
Oh boy, because he's 54.
Right. She did write a funny post about his outfit choices.
Oh.
Because she looked like Minnie or Mickey Mouse, and he looked like some Midwestern dad with a camera around his neck.
Oh boy.
It was like but it was cute that she like poked fun at him.
Right,
and,
right.
Like, they obviously have a cute
they
dynamic.
seem like they have a cute dynamic from that. But anyway, congratulations, John Stamos. He's very attractive.
He is still at 54. I love that man. Have
Dang it,
mercy.
He eats a lot of Greek yogurt, I think, or something.
Yeah, oikos, isn't that his thing?
Man, that guy. Yeah, he's. I want to drink his water and by that, I mean.
Oh, God. Anyway, guys, so if you're not engaged like John Stamos...
You want me to keep that private?
Yeah, off you go. So if you're on dating apps, unlike John Stamos and the other people we named that were now in relationships, you might want to think again, because when you sign up for these cute little dating apps and you like want to find love and all that, and you're like connecting your Instagram and you're connecting your Facebook just to log in and pull these photos, you're actually signing away all of your privacy.
Totally.
According to Vogue.
Yes.
They did some intel reconnaissance.
You know how when you're on Instagram and then all of a sudden you see ads for Nordstrom, you're like, I was just looking for those shoes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the same thing can happen because I guess when you connect through social media, so they're saying not to do that if you want to keep it private. Don't connect like through Facebook when you go on your dating apps.
The challenge is that they make you. So you're verified through a social media platform, and then they find out who your mutual friends are, but they also find out what you like to eat and where you are and which location you use the app from and and what day you did that. And they could literally solve a crime probably with your dating app information.
Good God. So wait, though, but there are options, right? Because I remember there were options before, like to not sign up through Facebook, and then you just sort of do it another way.
I think that's like one of these 17,000 apps that exist, maybe that offers that.
So you have to do it that way.
Yes, basically you have to do it either through Twitter, Facebook, something, Instagram.
Okay.
Some sort of.
So how are you supposed to avoid this then? I don't understand.
Hard to say.
Yeah, what are they saying? They're
Go
just
meet
letting
people
you
in
know.
real life or through friends, like I did.
I mean, I
And you did.
guess, whatever. Look. Also, I think that there is just in general on social media. I mean, I guess if you're getting advertisements and stuff, well, whatever. It's hard to like avoid that. But like, I don't think it's smart to like post a lot of information about your whereabouts just for safety reasons too. Like, especially if you're going, I mean, sometimes like you're away on vacation, you post a picture so it's obvious that you're away. But like, I don't know if I'd be like, stating how long I'm gone or things like that. So I just think maybe when you're apps in general of any sort, like dating apps, the information you give, social media, apps like Facebook and Instagram, just be a little bit careful.
Totally. Also for intruders, like you don't want to be like, I'm out of town for the next month traveling through Europe and my apartment's located at.
Yeah.
But the real issue there is the GPS, because your apps have GPS in it, because obviously that's how they pull the range that you're in and like where the other person is, like if they're 8.3 miles away from you, like they obviously know where you are and they mark it because you open the app, they know that you did because they can pull all that data, and so they can literally say where you were on what day, not even through what you post online. It's actually just through the app itself pulling GPS data.
Yes, it's geolocating you, so there's that. Which is also a little scary.
Super scary.
And on Instagram, sometimes it will when it's tagging me, it will tag me at my apartment unit, like sort of. It gets close.
Really?
It gets like to the title of my apartments. I'm like, I'm not telling people and like you could tag that on there. I'm like, I don't think that.
How about a city?
Exactly, but it says Skyland apartment building or whatever it is.
That's where she lives, guys. Go find her.
Where I live, so please be
Skyland.
Skyland.
Skyland sounds like a roller skating rink.
Oh well, Skateland is a roller skating
rink. Oh, you're right.
Rink.
That's what it is.
And I am just very impressed with this date. I'm gonna make my boyfriend take me to a skating rink now. Although we did go skating for his daughter's friend's birthday, and it was actually really fun. And he is actually a little bit better at skating than I want him to be, because I can't tell if it's like grosses me out a little bit. Not grosses me out. He doesn't gross me out. But I don't know. Sometimes like some of the things that the ease and at which he was good at it, I was like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, maybe he's just really talented like me, who is also really good
Were
at skating.
you really
of
good?
Course.
Did you do because you were a figure skater.
I've won gold medals.
So what did you do?
Skated.
But did you do a trick?
No, of course not. But we did have a lot of fun making fun of other people doing tricks. Like there are definitely the regulars that are doing like the swirly,
I can't.
In and out, and then
shoot
flip
the duck
and around, and like they're like stopping with their stopper in the front.
Stop.
And then it was just. Then there were the people.
Did
that
they
were
have light up
shit.
wheels?
No, but they did have their own skates. Those like real professionals.
I can't.
It was a lot of fun to people watch there, and we snuck alcohol, and he actually prepared to do that too. He went and got alcohol, brought it.
Did he know you so well?
I think there's Google and our mutual friend.
Geolocating.
Right,
and all of the
privacy.
dating apps that you've given all of your knowledge.
Right. So
to.
forget the fact that I'm mad at the dating apps for giving out privacy. General internet has all of my information. But yeah, so he I think he just knew, like, I'm gonna have it just to have it. We could drink it. At dinner though, it was cute. He was like, we were getting wine, and he's like, well, should we get a bottle or a glass? Like, do you think you could drink 2 glasses? I'm like,
hello?
well, I looked at him funny. He's like, I'm sorry. Should I not have asked that?
Then he didn't know if he said like too much or too little,
no,
right?
it was that he didn't know if I drank a lot. I'm like, you didn't fully Google me then.
Yo.
You only partially Googled me.
Yes.
Because had you kept going, you would have known that we always drink.
And you would have been
really
like,
good at
and I
it.
definitely can drink too.
Yeah.
I had 4 drinks during our friend's karaoke party, and there is video footage to confirm.
That you were drinking or singing, because it was karaoke and I was singing.
That I was drinking and singing.
Oh.
And that the singing was affected by the drinking.
Oh.
Because normally I'm quite
what
operatic.
was the song that you guys...
Africa?
Yes.
It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. No?
No, maybe not so much. But also, what did I sing? I don't remember. It was really good.
I don't know, but I
thought
also
so.
shooped by Salt and Peppa
Of course you did.
because, duh.
Right. Wait, what did I sing?
You know, I don't remember what you sang.
This is a problem,
It's getting
guys.
a little fuzzy, but it's a bar in LA that also has, or Koreatown, that also has a bunch of like Michael Jackson impersonators.
I had no idea what I was walking
It's like
into.
an 80s. You've never been, and either have I, and it's been around for a really long time, and it was my first time, and it was actually quite fun. I was a little stressed out and busy with moving and stuff, and you have been just like bogged down with stuff, and so getting there was like quite a to-do, and then once we were there, it was like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like, you know, just let it happen. And it was good. And that's kind of like dating, too. I feel like sometimes you're just, like, not in the mood necessarily, or, you know, like, ugh, every bar, like, just going out. Like, ugh, it's just going to be like every other bar. But sometimes it's not.
Well, if it's a
sometimes
new
there's a
bar-
Michael Jackson impersonator.
Right. And they have like entertainment and they had karaoke, like there were activities and things to do.
Yeah.
It wasn't just standing around drinking, although we did that too.
Yes.
But it was like drinking while singing, which is always
Yes.
a great idea.
I like to do 2 things. I like to multitask.
Same.
Drinking is fine, but I like to drink and ...
Right.
Roller skate.
Right. Like moving, packing and drinking.
Oh,
Right.
Jen, you
I
just made
know.
it so much more fun. Although
know.
I went through a lot of old pictures today, and let me tell you, I found some doozies in the headshot box.
Oh, I think we should maybe bring them.
I could show you, but they were, I don't know what.
We should play a drinking game where I like lift up the photo of you.
Shut the fuck
and,
up.
Like,
no.
Yes.
I do not want you to do that. No,
think it
no.
would be
You
so
have all the
fun.
headshots too.
Oh, I sure
I
do.
am going to get a whole, fine. That's what we're going to do. We are going to do a game where you have my headshots, I have yours, and we have to guess the year it was taken.
Great.
Oh my God.
Psyched.
This is going to be difficult because mine go back to like a long time ago.
I was a child star, so and
that's
there's
right.
black and white photo days.
I have black and white too,
with
but
very crazy blossom hats, like those like
stop.
hats that were blossom.
I mean, yeah,
Blossom
they were,
and Six made
they
them
were,
cool.
They were floppy and they had flowers on them, and
And I'm pretty sure I wore like boy clothes, but I was a girl. Like my mom like had this like little like edgy outfit on me.
yeah, she wanted you to like cover all the bases. I think.
Right. Just in case I had to play Oliver.
Just in case, and which you
I was
were
in Oliver,
So see,
guys.
Jan Golden, good job. That's
I was
right.
also in Fiddler on the Roof. It's not a big deal.
She was a child star. Everyone,
was.
she was. It's real. Okay, guys.
Hello.
We've got our girls in here from Almost 30. Okay, so can you guys see yourselves in the beautiful camera?
Hello.
Hi, and why don't you introduce yourselves to our lovely listeners?
So I'm Krista Williams, one half of Almost 30 Podcast.
And I'm Lindsay Simsick.
Yay! Hi, guys.
Hi.
Came in on a good convo.
Thank you.
You sure did.
Yeah,
and
we're-
also, did you guys finish your wine?
Oh, yeah, chugged it.
Oh, good.
Darn
like,
it. Well,
let's do
here,
this.
you are more than
You want
welcome
to chug from the bottle? You're welcome.
Here,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just gonna like bring it over to you.
No.
Yeah,
Too
and you can
much.
no. Yes,
Too much.
doing
Yeah,
it.
you're welcome to
happening.
it. So.
Good host.
it's happening.
In all
Oh.
sense of the
Yeah,
word.
it's like we're welcoming you into our home.
Yes.
And yeah, good job, Lauren. So giving.
Yeah, drink from the bottle.
Oh,
Love.
thanks.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
We're just fixing some mics here. 'Cause
And we're
this
back.
is live, guys, and that's what happens.
Live. And we need to hear
Making
everybody.
magic.
It needs to happen. Okay.
So you guys are like basically our blonde spirit podcast sisters.
completely agree.
I feel like you are.
I actually feel like the exact
We were
same.
just talking about
It's like we're over here doing a podcast and you're over there. Like it's like the same thing at the same time, like bookends. I don't know. I feel like a
Literally.
reflection, but like
I feel like
not.
it's like parallel lives that are merging together right
I
now.
completely agree. And we're funny. You guys are real and raw.
Yeah.
It's like
love it.
It's like an
Meant to
amazing burst of.
it does feel crazy. I'm like
I
looking
know.
at you. I'm
I'm
looking at
freaking
them. I'm like,
Do you guys feel like you knew each other in a past life?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel
A
like
little bit.
we never really talked about that, but I feel like we
Which is
probably
weird.
did.
Sure, because when we became friends, it was like so very easy.
Instant.
Yes.
We bonded over not liking someone, and that's just how
Obviously.
magic is made.
that's how the best friendships
Well,
start.
I was a hosting teacher, and he was like substituting our class.
Now,
and we were
just
like,
so
"Mm."
yeah,
You're
so-
like substitutes. We're out of here.
Yeah, we went to the bathroom and met in the bathroom, and we were like, this guy blows.
yeah, and also to not sound like catty girls talking shit about some other girl, which we definitely
was a
have
guy.
done
He
before.
was a guy, so
This
it's
was
fine.
a dude,
Which was way
Women
better.
power. Women power.
Exactly.
and we were like, "Ew, gross."
like, oh, I didn't show up tonight for us.
totally
Wrote his
out
number
of
on the stall.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that happened for us, which I think then, plays into what you're saying about a past life. So now you guys, how did you meet?
So we met. I was like, she's a soul cycle instructor. So this is Krista. And I was like dying to be a soul cycle instructor. I like drank the Kool-Aid. I was obsessed with it. I was like, I'm in, blah, blah, blah. So I auditioned and didn't get it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Stop. You have to fucking audition
Yeah.
to be a soul.
Oh, girl, you have to
Oh, yeah.
apply and audition and like suck everyone's dick
Wait.
and like
Serious.
lose weight. And,
Did
like,
you do that? No, you didn't.
Many.
Obviously, no. She's like, well,
Many
wait,
dicks.
hold on, all of the dicks.
How many do you think is many?
And a lot, and
Yeah,
they're probably
literally.
very sweaty too. So
400.
that fucking sucks. But wait, though, hold on. Like, how do you audition? Like, you have to do the
Like
what
a
you would
test
get up
class,
there.
yeah.
It's basically 20 seconds of 2 songs, and you get up there, you black out, you don't know what you do.
So
It's
you have to
crazy.
pick your songs and act like you're teaching a class.
Yeah.
In
Dude.
front of like 40 other people that are auditioning, and there's like they're all over the country. You have to make that round, and then you have another round of interviews. I'm not kidding. It's like so intense.
Okay, wait. I've had a teacher
Whoa.
though that like I was like, "How'd you get yourself in here?" It must have been just because they were hiring
Dick
that day.
sucking.
Like she
Dick sucking.
wasn't. She wasn't good, and so I was like, that there must not be a huge process. But from what you're saying, there obviously
100%.
is. So maybe she did do a lot of what you said.
She,
Dick
she
sucking.
did.
Yeah,
Right.
every
Or
once in a
munching.
while, it slips through the cracks.
Right.
Wow.
I couldn't even slip through the cracks.
God.
Well, you didn't do the whole
She's
other
almost
step.
next level, I believe, because I didn't understand why she didn't get it. I think
Totally,
he was my
totally.
first
I was like a
filmmaker.
big douchebag. I was wearing
No.
like a red lip at my audition.
No, you were not.
I was a douche. It was like douchey. I had like ringlets in probably.
Stop it.
Swear
Oh
to
my
God. I was like, they were like, yo, she is like trying way
Cheer
too
captain.
fucking hard. Like whipping my hair around. Like,
But that's like part of it, is it not?
part of it.
They're
Right.
like, listen, this
I was
is
like,
not
I
a
need to
pageant.
stand out,
No.
literally.
Yeah.
Pageant girl. They probably had like a smoky eye. Ridiculous.
But I feel like that's kind of amazing. It is a show, isn't it?
100%. It's your own performance.
You're a performer.
Listen, okay, I've been in
Thanks,
a class
guys.
where I was like, that guy is for sure, he thinks he is like somewhere in the Abbey. Like, it is not
Oh
your
my
stage,
God.
my friend. And while you are dancing through the aisles, I'm like,
Yeah.
Was this a workout class or a dance? I don't know
Yeah,
what's
you're like,
happening.
is this for me or is this for you?
literally.
Right. I was like, I'm sorry, this guy
yeah.
couldn't act, so instead he's performing here for the small audience of 42.
On his tiny dark stage.
100%.
Oh my God. I took a spinning class with the guy, not at Soul Cycle, but he legit told us all, first of all, I've never seen a guy walk more fucking fierce than this dude ever. He just walked in the room. I was like, oh my God. And he told us in the middle of spinning, I am Beyonce and you are the rest of Destiny's Child.
Oh, that's good.
And like top the class.
Does that
Dudes
pump
can
me
say
up?
that.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Only dudes can say that. Like,
I
if a
was-
girl was up there, it's like, I'm Beyonce, you guys are the rest. You'd be like, fuck you, bitch. But a
Yeah.
guy, you're like,
Totally. Worst double
like,
standard
why
ever.
is that? Like,
Oh my God.
Because that's funny if a guy says it.
It's so
Yeah.
much better. It was so much cuter because he's a guy and he was cute.
Well, I thought about actually being Beyonce for Halloween because I would be a bee Beyonce.
fuck yeah.
Oh,
Get it?
That's
Fuck
cute.
yeah.
I know.
God.
You can be it too if you'd like.
Oh, I probably won't be anything.
We were almost one year. We always do like fun duos. One year we were
that.
almost Tanya Harding and Nancy
Kerrigan.
Kerrigan.
Such a good one.
Right?
Wouldn't that be so
Yeah,
good?
that's a really
Wait,
good
who's
one.
who?
I'm Nancy, obviously.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're Nancy because you look like her, kind
And
of.
also, I won a gold medal. I didn't have to hurt anyone to do it either. But
She
no one
did.
competed against me.
in her, like, not in the Olympics, but she
No, in my arena where I took ice skating lessons.
Yo, I
At the
I took
local
ice skating.
ice
I had
skating
a
rink.
private coach.
No, you did not.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And I
you guys
literally
need to
only did
talk.
it for the snack bar at the skating rink.
They're the best. What is it?
Like
Oda
nachos
something.
and
Those
shit.
no,
those
the chicken
cookies.
fingers with the
Otis
sweet
Spunkmeyer.
sour
Those.
sauce. That's it.
Wait, that's really good too. But then they also had these cookies that weren't really cooked, and you definitely teetered
for sure.
along the line of
Spunkmeyer?
salmonella.
Otis Spunkmeyer?
Yeah.
Otis Spunkmeyer.
Yes.
They're like partially cooked.
Yeah.
In
Those are
high
good.
school, I was like, I'm not going to have lunch, and I'd have like 2 Otis Spunkmeyer cookies.
Well, it's $3 for $1, so how could you not?
Right.
It was a steal.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And I had like the best body ever, probably. I was
Right.
like 10.
I know. Oh, I just found old pictures of myself. I'm like, that's what I thought was fat? Awesome.
100%.
my God.
Great. I was 25 in that picture. Fuck you. I was like,
Dude.
there's no cellulite on the thighs. How?
Yo.
All right, so speaking of 25.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are almost 30, right? How old are each of you?
Or do you not?
I'm 29.
Okay.
And I actually just turned 30.
Shut the front door. You're in it.
Yeah.
You are in it.
She's
In
in
it.
it.
Well,
Is it-
okay. So how do you feel about that now? Like, and what changes in your podcast? Because you've been talking about being almost 30, but you're there.
So, great question. It's
Thank
the first time
you.
we've ever been asked that.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Every day.
I was like, what's wrong
Every
with
day.
everyone?
They're
Every
like,
day.
what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
But it's first of all, I'm so happy to be out of my 20s.
Yes.
We
Yes.
kind of
Welcome.
Have that same sentiment,
Congrats.
Chris and I mean, we've learned a lot, but it really feels like our 30s are going to be our best years yet. And yeah, I mean, listen, almost 30 was inspired by our transition from our 20s to our 30s, but we're helping our listeners, helping ourselves, help our listeners
Yeah.
navigate any transition. So, we're going to keep the name.
I think you should. We get that dumb question too, where it's like the obvious one, where it's like, well, it's complicated if you're single, but what happens if like you both get in relationships? Does the show end? We're like, well,
No.
it's always complicated.
always-
Oh,
Yeah.
tricks to me.
Does the show end?
No, because
You're like, your
life is
show
complicated. Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'm sorry. Does your life ever stop being complicated? Tell
I know,
me
I
that,
need
and
to
I will kill you.
Not
Yeah.
be an asshole.
How
about
dare
it.
you.
Every
I
time
know.
I'm like, shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, there's no name you could have. Like, what name we have? Krista and Lindsay show. It's like, that's so boring.
yeah.
Well, but you'd never stop being those two.
Yeah.
So.
what if you
should
decided
change
to
it.
call
Just
yourself like KK and Lens? Would your show stop?
No.
No,
Exactly.
but people would probably judge us.
But people
Yeah.
would.
They
People think we're lame-os.
You shouldn't do that. But no, yeah, I feel like that, people constantly are asking us like stuff like that. Like, well, then what happens if I'm like, listen, honey, I started the show not in a relationship and now I
I
am.
know. I was like thinking.
And
about
it
that.
is complicated in its own way.
Yeah, you have a boyfriend with a kid.
Yeah, it's all
That's
of
not uncomplicated.
No,
Yeah.
I mean that's actually sometimes one of the least uncomplicated parts of it because there's,
How is that? Is that fun?
yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so
Is
fun.
that fun?
How
old
would we
is
like
she?
having like a like a young?
Well, you know what I
little
like
baby
about it
running around?
is
like a
that
real life puppy.
I'm in my later 30s, and it's like you think to yourself when you're younger, you want to like, okay, well, I'm gonna have kids by this point or whatever. Not even just kids, but just milestones in your life are gonna happen before they do, and then they don't, and then you're like, why am I? And that's part of like getting into your 30s is like thinking that you're gonna feel bad about the things that you didn't do, but then I feel like the door to 30 opens, and it's like so much more freeing than you would think. But there are still some things that I'm like, I'm gonna be like an older mom. A lot of my friends had children in their late 20s, and I'm like,
Boring.
exactly, I'm not on that train. So I like the fact that his daughter is like 8 years old, and I get to do the things that I like, go to her school, like brownie meetings, and make birthday parties for her and do things like that. And when she's 16 and goes to prom, like I'm gonna get to be the fun mom that takes her to, I mean, she also clearly has a mother who is great too, but I'll get to do those things as well, like go get her hair done or go dress shopping with her and be kind of young and get to still have that.
It's almost like you had her at 29.
It's almost like that's what
And
happened.
she's not a baby.
Yeah,
she's
you're
not
skipping
a
You
all
can
baby.
the
talk to her and
gross
she
stuff.
can do stuff for herself.
Yeah,
Oh my
cool.
God.
And she sleeps through the night.
And you get to keep your body.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. And my boyfriend constantly, like, when she like acts up and gets sassy, he's like, I love children. Like he gets all, because he knows like he wants to have more, and he knows I want to have more, but it's like also, and he has said that before too. He's like, there's no diapers with her. I'm like, oh, just stop.
True.
But yeah, it's fun to have that. And when you get into your 30s, that's kind of the dating pool, really. Are you guys, what is your relationship
Yeah.
status?
Really.
I am single.
Okay.
I've dated in LA, but I haven't been in a serious relationship for almost 4.5, 5 years. So it's been quite some time.
Samesies.
Yeah.
And I think it's necessary. It feels necessary.
Yeah.
It's not always fun. I really, like, I'm sure you've learned a lot about yourself. And I'm definitely not the same person I was when I was 21,
No.
25 when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend.
You're not attracted to the same things anymore.
Nope.
You won't stand for the same things. Hopefully, you've learned some things.
Yeah.
And I'm also just more calm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I
am
think
I.
I was like, I would freak out about the weirdest shit. And I'm
Like what?
He was an athlete, and like didn't really give a fuck about like hygiene, and like shit was everywhere. And I'm kind of a clean freak in that way, so I would like go in his room and just like calmly like start like tidying up. And he's like, what he's trying to play like Halo or something.
Yeah.
Like, always
Yeah,
have
you're
fun
just like we're
playing
being his
video
mom.
games. So I'm just like, doing around, and he'd be like, can you sit down? And I'd be like, I'm just trying to help you be a better person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would like, it would
Freak
like
out,
kind
yeah.
of build up because I'd resent
Yeah.
the fact that I was cleaning up after him. Even
Right.
though I was the one doing it.
Right. Well, you had to for your sanity, but also you were mad that he didn't.
Of course.
Because you had
It
to
made
then do it.
0 sense.
Right.
So yeah.
But
that's
also
just-
kind of makes sense.
It kind of makes sense, but those are just the things that when you're younger, it's like it doesn't resonate on that level with you where you're doing it and you like self-reflect at that point and go, wait a
there's
second,
zero
I'm doing this and reflect and resenting, and so I shouldn't, and now it's coming out this way, and like it just doesn't. I feel like I've always lived on like an emotional some level of emotional clarity, but I do look back on my 20s and like I was not as clear as I thought I was.
Well, I think the lesson also from that is that if you are a person that is clean and it does get under your skin if somebody isn't, don't date that person.
Exactly.
Because then you can avoid it altogether.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Or maybe you just get over it. However, I wouldn't want to date a slob.
Oh no.
Communicate it.
Yeah.
Kind of like make it clear like what you're looking for.
Yeah. The other thing is you can't change anybody, so it's like,
I agree.
well, you got to know your deal breakers. I think that's the thing that
agree.
happens in your 30s. You're
Totally.
like, what's going to really piss me
Yeah.
off? What's going to make me feel better? What's going to enhance my life? What's going to fucking ruin my day? Like, that kind of shit.
And what ruins your day? Like, is it really going to ruin your day if the socks are on the floor or not? Like, really? Can you let go of it or can you not? If you can't, great. But, like, maybe also you can, take a fucking Xanax.
100%.
Now there's room for compromise in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like learning and growing together. And before, I think I was just like,
Yeah. It was probably like an attention thing.
100%.
To be like stomping around, like cleaning up.
I'd want everyone to know that like I could be a good wife and I'm gonna clean up, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, good
Yeah.
boy vibes.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Who? What? I don't even know who that was. Yeah.
I know.
Well,
okay.
that's because you're now 30 and you transitioned. So, Krista, what are you in a relationship? What's your deal?
I've been in a relationship for like 5 years.
Oh, long time. Okay. And so, do you feel as though you've transitioned at all through things while being in your 20s in a relationship? What has changed for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So I've been in a relationship since I was like 14, I've never not had a boyfriend. So I don't really even know what it would be like to not, but it's been nice with like the person that I'm with that we've been able to like really grow together,
Yeah.
like he's down for whatever. And I feel like to the compromise thing, like I've learned a lot too, like he's amazing and there wouldn't be anything I'd ever change, but I do think like, every time there's something that's annoying, like I'm like, oh, he's never going to change. So you need to accept it. Like I never think that he would change anything for me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
he would, but it's like if there's anything that's annoying, like he could be stubborn. I'm like, well, that's not going to change. So I need to figure out how to like navigate it and work with that because that's like who the person that he is.
And that's realistic because I mean, look, if there's things that are affecting you that he's doing that are like more bad than good, that's a different story. But stubbornness is like a real everyday
Yeah, it's
kind
like
of thing.
dudes. Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Literally,
you
it's like a
just,
dude.
it's just being a dude. So I feel like, yeah, there is a point where you do have to know like how much of this am I going to navigate through because this is real, and how much of this am I now just saying, okay, wait, this is too much.
Yep.
Because things like that is I mean, listen, I love my boyfriend so much, but sometimes, and he knows, I'm like, could you not, could you stop? And he's just, it's like he almost laughs at me. He's like, okay. And like, we're able to sort of brush it off.
I need that. I need somebody to laugh at me. me.
Yeah.
Like I just like I want you to laugh all the time. Like I want to be laughing. My boyfriend says it too. Like sometimes I'm like always joking around too much. He's like, "Can you be sweet?" Because I think he wants me to be more
Romantic,
feminine
yeah.
and like just like kind of like motherly and like. But I just want to be like laughing all the time. Like I'm like I just want to joke all the time.
But but is he a serious, more like kind
Oh
of
my God,
romantic?
no.
No,
Like,
he's not.
But sometimes if he's sick or something, I'll like be like making fun of him, like you're a pussy, like blah blah. I'll be like,
That's just what a guy wants to hear when he's sick. That's when they're
But
like
they
the
all
weirdest.
are.
They're
so
like such
weird.
babies.
They're such babies.
I'm like, you can't protect me from harm now. Like, what? You're a shell of yourself.
so true.
Also, it's like when
like a
I have a
cold.
baby and I'm doing that.
Oh my God, can't.
Could you please like keep your snotty nose
Can't.
to like put it, keep it under wrap? Like that is not even the same thing when that all goes down. So you better fucking check yourself right
It's
now.
amazing. It's like the slightest sneeze, and it's like, wah.
Literally.
It's like,
Yeah,
I feel like it's just like
will
one.
You rub my back. I'm like, what?
I'm like,
no.
I can't walk to the kitchen to make myself food. What?
Yeah,
What
it's
did
like
you
a
do
mom thing.
before?
I think they're moms. It's like
Totally.
Ugh.
Little boys are very, very dependent on their moms.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
like want a guy that's really nice to his mom because
Yeah.
like you want that, but then too it's like then they're like
There's a fine line.
They need to be manly too.
Ugh.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
you don't want to feel like I was reading something the other day where you don't want to feel like the person you're with, you have to take care of them because then they are like your son or daughter.
Totally.
Right? So then you don't want to have sex with them. You don't
Fuck
desire
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
So yeah, there needs to be a shift in like the energy, and it's like you can fix it, but
Right.
I think you need to be aware of when that happens because I'm like, oh, I'm always like the mom. I like
Oh,
no wonder I
but-
lose my desire for that person because I feel like I
so
need to take care
true.
of them.
'Cause you, like,
Is that
demasculate
your
them.
way of trying to get validation because you're like, I can do all these things.
Exactly.
I can provide.
Not anymore. It's almost
Yeah.
I'm at the other end of the spectrum, which is not so. Like I kind of have to find a happy medium.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely.
I can understand that. But I think that, I think I might have done that before. You're like ringing some bells in my mind. I'm like, oh, I think I did that. But also like, there is some people have like a more nurturing side. Some people have a more whatever side. Because it comes out more sometimes. And depending on what your job is, that'll come out too into you. So, but I think balance is what the key is because taking care of somebody is obviously not a bad thing. Just that's not the only role you can be.
Yeah.
Well, and also I think it's like, don't do it just to be like, look at
Yeah.
all my skills I have. I am the perfect housewife.
'Cause they're not
I
gonna see it
can
that way.
cook, clean,
So
take care
true.
of you, do your errands. I can make your
Well, then
bed.
they're just going to want you to keep doing it.
Right. And
Yeah.
then also, you're not happy doing it. You only did it so that they like you. And then it's like, oh, wait, why am I doing all this shit?
But is it
I
that-
read somewhere, don't be a wife till you're a wife. And also, be the wife you want to be, not the wife you're pretending to be.
100%.
Oh yeah, no, not playing house. And especially like in my relationship, my boyfriend has a daughter. So I'm like, I'm not, well, it's also, you do want to like show up though, because I'm not going to not do the things that I wouldn't do just because there's not a ring on my finger. So I'm not going to, oh, sorry, she's not my responsibility today because I have to go shopping. Like, that's not how it's going to be in, let's just say, 7 months if let's just say, in a year, we're married.
Yeah.
That's not how it's going to be then. Are you seriously going to be like, well, she's not your daughter, so let's get a babysitter so you can go shopping? Like, that's not how it fucking works. So it's like you also don't play house. But if you like cooking and cleaning and doing those things, then do it. I like
do
doing
it if
those
that's
things.
your shit.
Yeah.
Not my
not
shit.
mine.
Not my shit.
No, I'm like,
0%.
I'm neurotic, so I like to do it.
I love that. I respect you guys.
I mean, I like an organized, like efficient place to be around. Like, so like if I can help you be more efficient, I'm going to do that. But it's more for me because then I'll feel better there.
Totally.
It's really less for you unless you ask for my help. And then I'm like, oh, that's nice. I'll help you.
Yeah,
And I also think like as you get older, you're okay with space. So
yeah.
I think meaning like, when I was in my early 20s, I wanted to make sure he knew like, okay, yeah, I'm like, let's hang out. Like I can be there. Sure. Yeah, no problem. And I was always worried that I was going to lose him for zero reasons. Like
Like if
he
you
gave
weren't
me-
available one night.
Yeah.
But like
And now it's like
the next day you could
the
see him.
space is what keeps me with that person.
Right.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So do
and
you-
being comfortable with that space.
Yeah, no, I think that's you have to be comfortable with being alone because you don't want to have to feel like you're worried all the time. Then that's obviously an unhealthy push and pull. But so you guys, you talk about, you guys are really candid and funny on your show, but you also trying to like inspire people and teach people lessons. So like, what do you feel like is like a main sort of thing that always comes up for you guys, or something that you constantly are like repeating or trying to teach?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
that's a good question. I feel like because our guests are such a range, so it's like
Dependent on that.
Yeah, all times different topics. But I feel like a lot of people need to just stay in their own lane. Like I feel like a lot of the people that come on, it's like you need to just focus on what you need to do and not look at what anyone else is doing. And if something feels right for you and it works for you, then just fucking do it and don't ask about anyone else's opinion. It's like being your own guru or whatever they say, or being your own I think guru works perfectly. It's like tap in, trust yourself, and just do whatever it is that you need to do instead of asking for everyone else's opinions. You know?
Agreed.
And we talk a lot about we're in the health and wellness space too, and a lot about like body love and really just like the self-care piece, because especially as we get older and just navigating any transition, if you're not taking care of yourself, it's going to be a rocky road to where you want to go. Because like taking care of yourself, that kind of teaches everyone else how to respect you and take care of you too. So we're big on that, and we just feel, you know, we're learning too. This is the whole thing. Like, we're not preaching. We're not, you know.
We're just asking questions.
Yeah,
that
we're
we're
asking
interested in.
questions and learning right along with them. So, yeah, that's a big part of it. Just helping people kind of, like Krista said, tap in, really respect themselves, like their body, their soul, why they're here, their purpose, and tapping into that so that they can move forward and really live like a purposeful life.
Yeah, and going through it, like on your show, Jen and I have gone through some things like on the show, and like that's all part of it. Like, we don't know. I mean, we talk about dating and relationships, and we call ourselves like dating and relationship experts because of the amount of fucking hours we have talked about this shit.
Yeah,
But
they
like,
say if you've talked about something or you've done something for more than 100 hours, you are technically an expert in it.
Fuck yeah.
So
But-
we've done more than 100 shows.
within that though, we are fully like, we don't fucking know.
We don't know shit.
Yeah.
because that's
We know
all,
what we know until we get to next week's show, and then we know something new.
until we get to 40. And then
And you're like,
Still complicated. Guess what? Still complicated, guys.
but we often talk
Newsflash.
about difference between 20s and 30s. Like, our show should be called Almost 30 or Now
Right,
30.
which is
This
so great
30.
that we're here together.
I love that.
Real quick before we move into our game. So, Lindsay, are you on any dating apps of any kind?
I was for a really long time. I was living in New York City for like 5 years, moved out here, was on it, met some great guys actually. I dated some of them, had some very weird experiences.
She's on the League.
I was on the League, I
yeah.
was on Bumble, I was on Tinder, I was on them all.
Farmers only.
Yeah,
Millennium
Farmers Only.
Fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just
Brought out
kidding.
my
No, I'm
overalls
fucking
for that one.
Yeah.
But it was fun until it wasn't fun
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
I was just swiping and like spending 30 minutes, 60 minutes on this thing. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It got to a point where it just wasn't serving me anymore. Not to say that I'll never go back on. I don't think I will. I think I'm in a place now where I'm kind of just like not looking but open. Does that make
Or
sense?
looking in a different way, just not
Yeah.
on an app.
Yeah.
You're not like forcing it. You're just like, okay, if it happens,
But
cool.
they're so fun. I think it's such a fun part of like where we are now, like this generation. And yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just like not for me.
And that is great. And that is something you learn while you're figuring your shit out.
That's right.
So we are going to now play a little game with you.
Yeah.
And since you guys are the queens of life transitions, we're going to take a look at some events that may occur or have occurred that you guys are going to say whether it happened under 30 or over 30.
Okay.
In a game we call Over Under.
Love over.
And you can say, like, you know, if it's happening in both, you can say both or has, or if you feel like it's more of a 20s or 30s thing. Okay. The walk,
It also may be different for both of you,
Totally.
so or
Okay.
each of you. So
the walk of shame.
Under.
Under 20. Under.
Yeah.
I was probably like in my teens. I was like a slut in my teens. And then I like got less slutty. It's
Oh
very
my
weird.
God, that's funny. You were like Benjamin
very
Button
weird.
slut.
Yeah,
Benjamin
it's-
Button slut.
Literally.
that's cute. I like that. How about barfing out of an Uber?
Or a cab or whatever.
Yeah, but who takes cabs?
Well,
Maybe in your 20s you did actually.
Under,
20s I
yeah,
did for
20s.
sure.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Texting back when you actually get the text.
Oh, I
a boy.
do. 30s. I text right away.
Yeah, but you know, in your 20s, you're like,
no
we have to
bullshit.
wait. Yeah.
I'm just because I don't want that back. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna do it, he's probably gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't-
Like, who's got time for that? Nothing moves forward if you're waiting around and
Totally.
stuff. All right. What about moving to a new city?
Both. I did.
Yeah.
So I was in Chicago for 4 years, and then I was in New York for 2 years, and then we just moved to LA like 2 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, so I
Wow.
went to LA 3 years ago. So yeah, my 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our Saturn return.
I don't know if I'm gonna move. I want to be in LA forever.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Us too.
You do.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here.
Cheers.
I'll move back to the East Coast because I'm bi.
Where are you from?
But I'm from San Francisco. I lived in New York for a little bit, so I'm like, I would love to go back there, but I'm here for now, so we're all going out.
Her.
Also, what about sleeping with your ex? Over or under?
Good question.
I think I've slept with every,
Like
not every one of them.
Like going back to him?
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, it's just like every
guess-
time I had to break up with someone, I just go to an ex and then like rekindle that and then break up.
Yeah, that's like part of the process.
Yeah, it's
I'd
like
say
20s.
if you're retarded.
Yeah.
Not ruling it out in my 30s.
Yeah, no, hey.
I mean, if we asked you tomorrow, you could be like 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you pick one more, Jen.
All right. Posting more than one selfie a day.
I love me a good selfie.
I know.
To be completely honest.
I mean,
Well,
it could
Kim
be happening now.
Kardashian said selfies are no more.
30s.
Really?
She said no more
What'd
selfies.
she say? Why?
I don't remember, but she
So
said
she
no more.
decides.
Here's the thing.
She
is
laid
I
down the
just
law.
like a picture that I can take in the privacy of my own home. I'm not bothering anyone. I can do my, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I don't
that's
want to like
true.
ask a stranger and like be like, oh, I don't like that, and then can you take it again? Like I just want to be alone in my good light and just like get my thing.
And you have total control.
total control.
Yeah.
I don't bother anyone.
So
at
selfie,
peace.
really, it's actually pretty selfless.
It is.
Yeah, because you're
not
not
bothering anyone.
inconveniencing anyone
Thank you.
else.
Exactly.
And like the other people don't
That's
have
our
to
next
sift through the
t-shirt.
20 ones you actually took, but then you chose one. Like it's not their problem. They don't spend that time.
I don't
right.
mind. Like, I think selfies are amazing. 30s.
Yeah. Okay,
30s.
30s for the selfies.
And beyond. I like that you added that.
Okay.
And beyond,
And
yes.
beyond, 2 30s and beyond. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Please remind everyone where they can find you both and your show.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having us. You can find Almost 30 podcast on iTunes, on Google Play, on Stitcher, everywhere you can listen to podcasts. And then we're on Instagram.
I'm at 100 blog, 100 like the number HUNDRAD blog.
And I'm at Lindsay Simsick, SIMCIK. And then we have at Almost 30 podcasts.
And then when do your new episodes go live?
Every Tuesday.
Okay,
Tuesdays.
cool.
Mhm.
So
Great.
tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
everyone can expect a new
Holla.
episode. Who is your guest?
We have on the founders of Energy Muse.
Oh my God.
We had them
We
too.
Heather
Yes.
and
You
Timmy.
don't
Yep.
even
Love that.
understand, you
It was
guys.
magical what
the
happened.
crystals are like
Did they do a reading for you?
No, but they brought us gifts.
and crystals, and it was like one of my favorite guests
Yeah.
we've ever had.
They're amazing.
That.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh my God! You have to like tell them that you were just
Yeah.
here,
Oh,
and
we
then we
will.
all. Do
It's
you
all
see how-
coming full circle,
Do you guys see how the worlds
We're
just
living
collided?
parallel
Love that
lives.
so much.
I got chills. So
We have
that's
merged.
great.
God.
We have
Hey,
merged.
Do it.
we have also next week we have Erica De La Cruz on.
Yes, we
She's
do.
an author and a host. And guys, thank you for listening because we give you this information for free every single week. I'm sure you
Free.
love it.
Free info. You're welcome.
Free 99.
Free 99.
And we hope you keep coming back. Thank you. And please don't forget to tell a friend.
Rate and comment and follow at Complicated Show, and you can follow me at Lauren Leonelli on all the social medias.
And you can follow me at Jennifer Golden. That is Jennifer with one N and one F. Lauren Leonelli. Someone at Starbucks put 2 Fs. Or no, a piece of mail came for me, and I sent her a picture of it because it's true. Some people
They
think
wrote 2 Fs.
2 Fs.
That person needs to.
Very strong
I've never
J.
seen 2F.
Yeah,
Well,
the
it's a
worst
real.
thing
The
ever.
struggle is very,
The
very
struggle
rare.
is very for real.
So annoying.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening and watching. We will be back next week, and love you long time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV. From executive producers Maria Menounos.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.